Hello, hello. Hope you're having a great 2023. I'm going to kick mine off in the right way with some new gear. Got a box right here. Let's open it up and test it out, shall we? As you can see, this is from Victory Amplification, which is a British, English, United Kingdom company that makes amplifiers. Okay. First thing we got is the receipt. Awesome. Next, a wonderful packaged box. Let's pull it out. Take off that. Take it out of the plastic. Tag still on it, and voila. So this is Victory Amplification, the Jack. It is a guitar amplifier, and it is in a small little package here, a small little box, because it is kind of designed to go on a floorboard, a pedal board for guitar players, meant to be kind of all in one. A 2-channel amplifier, and it's 180 watts, or so they say. Class D power section, whatever the hell that means. But evidently, depending on the cabinet that you use it with, determines the wattage of the amp. I'm going to go with this Marshall stereo 4x12 right here. So when we hear it, we will be hearing the full 180 watts. Again, it's kind of intended to go on a pedal board, but that's not how I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it mostly like a real honest-to-goodness amplifier through a cabinet. It also has output for cab simulation, and like all the fancy technology these days, it also has an output for USB, so you can go directly into a recording interface, which we will try out and we'll see how that sounds. But again, for the most part, I'm going to be using it like a traditional amp. 2 channels. Channel 1 is a cleaner channel, and channel 2 is a dirty, crunchy channel. 3-band EQ, bass, middle, treble, and some digital reverb. So, what else? I think that's about it. It does have an effects loop, but probably not going to be showing that off in the demo today. So, enough talking. Let's plug it in and see how it sounds, shall we? All right, so I've got the jack set up here. Again, we're going through a 4x12 Marshall cabinet. I will, for full disclosure, admit that what we're about to hear is not a first reaction. I did actually get this amp about a month ago and had to return it. There were some issues with it, but for the most part, I only got about 30 minutes of tones out of it playing the first time, so it's still pretty much a first reaction. What you're hearing, I've mic'd up the cab with a Shure SM57 and a Sennheiser E609. Pretty standard dynamic microphone. Stereo is what you'll be hearing coming out of the recording interface. And then in a bit, we will plug the amp directly in using the cab simulations. But for right now, we're hearing it directly out of the amp. Okay, so I've got a little shred machine here, my Ibanez RG. And currently, the amp is set, the EQ, treble, middle, and bass are set at 12 o'clock noon, halfway. So let's just play. Reverb, we'll put that at halfway as well. I'm on channel 1, so the pre-gain, if you will, the volume is again halfway at noon. And The master volume for channel 1 is at about 9 o'clock, a quarter of the way. So here we go. As you can hear already, maybe, hopefully you can hear it, it's not the quietest of amps. That might be some wiring, grounding issues with my house. It's a pretty old house, but there is a low-level hum there, which is fine. Okay, so here we go. So, first reaction is there's a lot of bass. We're going to turn that bass down. Alright, so it's actually, the bass is almost off. Going to turn up the treble a little bit. And we'll keep the mids right at halfway. Okay? Nice. Let's turn up this digital reverb all the way just so you can hear the trails. That's nice. It feels like it has some modulation going on as it trails off. Yeah. It's not a spring reverb, which for me is good. I'm not a big fan of spring reverb. I prefer plate reverbs, hall reverbs. So that sounds pretty good, but we'll turn it down. Middle position on the guitar. Yeah, it's nice. Very sparkly, chimey top end that you're looking for as a guitar player. So, let's do what everybody came here to see, to hear. We're going to switch over to channel 2. I'm going to turn up the bass and turn down the treble again. So our EQ, again, is at halfway. Not as much reverb, because that usually gets in the way when you're on a dirty channel. All right, there you go. You can hear it ready to roar. Yeah. Right, that was middle position again. We're on the neck. No, sorry, we're on the bridge pickup now. Yeah, rocking. All right. Again, way too much bass. Or not too much. For me, for my taste, that's a lot of low end. I've rolled it almost completely off. Let's actually go. All right. The bass is completely down. We'll take a little bit more back in. Right about there. We'll kick up the treble. And we'll kick up the mids as well, just a little bit. Very good. Dialing in a tone I like. All right, we're going to switch over to the bridge pickup. Let's see. Going to give it a little bit more gain here on channel 2, so I'm turning up the pre-gain volume going to keep the master volume of channel 2 relatively low. Okay, I like it. I need to warm up a little bit more, get my playing to be a little bit better, but again, first reactions, it's loud, it's hot, has a lot of low end. I'm sure there are players out there that are looking for that. I just dial it out, to be honest with you. I don't do a lot of live playing. I mostly do recording here in my bedroom, and in a recording mix, you don't need all that low end for a guitar. It just muddies up the mix. So I typically roll it off. All right, so now let's take it over, plug it directly in, and use those cab simulations. There are 6 presets for preset cab sims. I'm not going to load in any of my own or try to mess with it right now. I'm just going to scroll through the 6 presets and we'll hear how they sound, all right? So let's move over to the interface. All right, so I've set up the amplifier just right here on my desktop, and I am now running an XLR cable out of the back, if you can see that, going directly into my recording interface, and we're going to test out some of these cab sim presets. I am actually monitoring this now through headphones, so it is completely quiet in the room, whereas before, when I had it mic'd up with the Marshall cabinet, you know, we were getting pretty loud and disturbing the neighbors. But as of now, completely quiet, and we could do recording at night, anytime, without any issues. So we've got, let me set the EQ back kind of halfway on everything, reverb halfway, volume for channel 1 halfway, and as we turn up the cab sim output, we can hear that it is active. So here we have preset number 1. Okay, so there you go. And I am on the split position of my guitar again. Let's move over to preset number 2. And we'll do all of these on channel 1 and then run back through them again on channel 2. Preset number 3. Preset number 4. Preset number 5. And preset number 6. There you go. All right, let's switch back all the way to preset number 1, and we're going to do channel 2 now. I'm actually going to turn down that bass and reverb again. So here we go. Preset number 2. Preset number 3. Preset number 4. All right. Preset number 5. Cool. Preset number 6. All right, so those are the sounds of Victory the Jack 180 watt hybrid guitar amplifier. My overall final thoughts are that it's really nice and I really like it. This is honestly my first foray into a standalone amplifier that you use with a cabinet. All my career, all of my playing up until this point has mostly been through combo amps. So I'm really excited to have sort of a new weapon in my arsenal. What I'm going to do, I'm going to utilize this in a stereo rig. So I have some stereo pedals on the floorboard that I'm going to utilize and put my PV combo on the left-hand side, and this new Victory amp will go through the right side, or vice versa. But I'm going to split the signal to get a stereo amplifier. So I'm very excited to start working on that. Overall, I think this amp is a great purchase, especially for a player who is trying to conserve space. It is not a big amplifier head that can take up a lot of space. It can go on a pedal board down on the floor again. So that's probably something very useful for a player who's playing out live gigs. It seems very sturdy, metal chassis, casing, feels like it would definitely stand up to being on the road wear. It could handle it. So again, a guitar player that's playing a lot of live gigs, put this on your floorboard and everything is kind of there, very compact. All of your pedals go right through this, and then use the cab sims to go out to a mixing board. It's a great idea. Again, it's also good just to stick on your desktop and use silent recording. For those who do at-home recording like me, maybe late night, you can do silent recording without disturbing the neighbors. So all of those things make it really top-notch to go along with the great tones that it puts out. Cool. So again, thanks for watching. Here we go. Victory 180 watt hybrid amplifier, the Jack. Y'all have a great day. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you around.